Minnesota Motorcycle Fines Limits Test.
Question 1. If a Minnesota driver is convicted of stealing, his or her driver's license may be suspended.
Personal property. Credit cards. Gasoline. Automobile parts.
Answer.
Gasoline.
Question 2. A Minnesota driver will lose his or her license for at least 1 year upon his or her DWI conviction.
Fourth. Third. Fifth. Second.
Answer.
Second.
Question 3. Which of the following is not a reason a Minnesota license may be cancelled?
A medical condition that makes driving unsafe. Giving false information on the driver's license application. Failure to repass the driver's exam upon request of the Department of Public Safety. Jail time for a non-driving related charge.
Answer.
Jail time for a non-driving related charge.
Question 4. According to the Minnesota Driver's Manual, alcohol is involved in around of all fatal accidents within the state.
3/4. 1/3. 2/3. 1/2.
Answer.
1/3.
Question 5. A back level above will result in more severe penalties.
0.10%. 0.16%. 0.09%. 0.20%.
Answer.
0.16%.
Question 6. What might a Minnesota driver lose after his or her third DWI conviction?
His or her license plate. $3,000. His or her vehicle. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 7. What is the reinstatement fee for suspensions issued because of non-DWI convictions?
$20. $30. $100. $50.
Answer.
$30.
Question 8. Which of the following might result in license suspension in the state of Minnesota?
Failure to pay a court-ordered fine. Repeat violations. Possessing a false license. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 9. A person with an alcohol concentration of or higher, who is in control of a moving or parked vehicle, can be arrested for driving while impaired, DWI.
0.07%. 0.08%. 0.10%. 0.05%.
Answer.
0.08%.
Question 10. A second DWI offense will result in a minimum 1-year license revocation period if the event occurred within years of the driver's first DWI.
5, 10, 3, 7.
Answer:
10.
Question 11. Potential drivers who are under the age of must obtain a signature of approval from a parent, legal guardian, or other responsible adult when applying for a Minnesota driver's license.
16, 15, 18, 17.
Answer:
18.
Question 12. If a Minnesota driver causes a fatal crash while fleeing a police officer, he or she could be required to pay a fine of up to and remain in prison for up to years.
$10,000, 5. $20,000, 5. $20,000, 10. $10,000, 3.
Answer:
$20,000, 10.
Question 13. If a driver is operating a vehicle on a Minnesota roadway, he or she is demonstrating implied consent to
submission to chemical testing for alcohol or drugs, release of his or her medical records, search of his or her home. None of these answers are correct.
Answer:
Submission to chemical testing for alcohol or drugs.
Question 14. If a Minnesota driver's driving privileges are revoked in another state,
his or her Minnesota license is unaffected. He or she must pay a fine in MN. His or her license is revoked in Minnesota also. He or she must attend driving school in MN.
Answer:
His or her license is revoked in Minnesota also.
Question 15. To regain driving privileges after license revocation, a Minnesota driver must
pay a reinstatement fee, pass the knowledge and driving exam, reapply. All of these answers are correct.
Answer:
All of these answers are correct.
Question 16. According to the Minnesota Driver's Manual, which of the following demographic groups is most likely to engage in drunk driving?
Young males, middle-aged males, senior females, young females.
Answer:
Young males.
Question 17. Who is most often killed in an alcohol-related accident?
The driver of the other vehicle. The impaired driver. Backseat passengers. Children.
Answer:
The impaired driver.
Question 18. A conviction of operating an uninsured vehicle may result in up to days in gaol.
180, 60, 90, 30.
Answer:
90.
Question 19. At the time of arrest for a DWI, a driver will receive a temporary day license. After the period is over, his or her license will be revoked.
7, 3, 5, 10.
Answer.
7.
Question 20. Minnesota law prohibits driving while impaired by
household products used as inhalants, illegal drugs such as marijuana, prescription drugs. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 21. A felony DWI may result in loss of driving privileges for up to years.
4, 5, 2, 3.
Answer.
4.
Question 22. If an underage Minnesota driver is convicted of a second DWI charge, his or her license will be suspended for a period of days.
30, 180, 60, 90.
Answer.
180.
Question 23. If a potential Minnesota driver fails the driving portion of the license examination 2 times, he or she must pay a fee off to attempt the test a 3rd time.
$20, $40, $10, $30.
Answer.
$10.
Question 24. Electronic monitoring is required upon a Minnesota driver's DWI conviction.
1st, 4th, 2nd, 3rd.
Answer.
3rd.
Question 25. A felony DWI may occur upon a driver's conviction within a 10-year period.
2nd, 4th, 3rd. None of these answers are correct.
Answer.
4th.
Question 26. Which of the following are restrictions placed on drivers under the age of 18 who hold an instructional permit in the state of Minnesota?
A supervising passenger over the age of 21 must be present. The driver may not use a cell phone of any kind. All passengers must wear safety belts. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 27. A second DWI offense may result in up to days in gaol.
90, 365, 180, 30.
Answer.
365.
Question 28. What is the maximum fine for a felony DWI?
$7,000, $11,000, $14,000, $5,000.
Answer.
$14,000.
Question 29. If a Minnesota driver had his or her license revoked because of an alcohol-related conviction, what must he or she do before gaining driving privileges in the state?
Reapply for a driver's license. Undergo chemical assessment. Pass a DWI knowledge exam. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 30. What is the maximum fine for fleeing a police officer in the state of MN?
$500. $5,000. $10,000. $1,000.
Answer.
$5,000.
Question 31. According to the Minnesota Graduated Driver's License Program, drivers who are under the age of 18 must hold an instructional permit for months before being issued a full driver's license.
4, 6, 8, 2.
Answer.
6.
Question 32. Upon a Minnesota driver's first DWI offense, he or she will not be eligible for a work permit.
If a driver was found to have an alcohol concentration of 0.16 or greater, until a 15-day revocation period has passed, until reinstatement requirements have been met. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 33. How long must a driver wait before being issued a work permit after having his or her license revoked for a first DWI offense?
30 days. 15 days. 60 days. 3 days.
Answer.
15 days.
Question 34. Pleading guilty to or more traffic charges that result in jail sentences within 12 months will result in license revocation in the state of Minnesota.
3, 4, 2, 5.
Answer.
3.
Question 35. Which of the following non-driving violations may result in the loss of a Minnesota driver's license through suspension?
Failure to pay court-ordered child support. Loaning a license to a minor for the purpose of purchasing alcohol. Loaning a license to a minor for the purpose of buying tobacco. All of these answers are correct.
Answer.
All of these answers are correct.
Question 36. Who is allowed to consume alcohol while a vehicle is in operation?
The driver. The backseat passengers. Anyone over 21. None of these answers are correct.
Answer.
None of these answers are correct.
Question 37. If a Minnesota driver who is under the age of 21 is convicted of driving while impaired, his or her license will be suspended for a period of days.
180. 90. 30. 60.
Answer.
30.
Question 38. MN law requires drivers to reduce their speed as they pass emergency vehicles. If a driver fails to do this, a fee will be added to any resulting speeding fine.
$100, $25, $75, $50.
Answer:
$25.
Question 39. A first DWI offense may result in up to days in jail and, or a fine.
30, $100. 90, $500. 90, $1,000. 60, $250.
Answer:
90, $1,000.
Question 40. If a Minnesota driver refuses to submit to chemical testing, his or her license will be revoked for
90 days. 1 year. 6 months. 30 days.
Answer:
1 year.
Question 41. What is the minimum revocation period for a first DWI conviction?
360 days. 2 years. 90 days. 180 days.
Answer:
90 days.
Question 42. If a Minnesota driver is convicted of driving in excess of 100 miles per hour, his or her driver's license will be revoked for at least
6 months. 30 days. 2 years. 1 year.
Answer:
6 months.
Question 43. Drivers who are convicted of a felony DWI may spend up to years in prison.
3, 7, 5, 2.
Answer:
7.
Question 44. If a Minnesota officer can prove that alcohol played a role in a driving mistake, a driver may be arrested for a DWI with a back as low as
0.07%, 0.05%, 0.04%, 0.06%.
Answer:
0.04%.
Question 45. Proof of abstinence from alcohol or drug use for a period of is required for a driver to regain driving privileges after the revocation period has ended following a third DWI offense.
60 days. 1 year. 90 days. 6 months.
Answer:
1 year.
Question 46. Where will a limited license allow a driver to travel to and from?
College courses. Drug or alcohol treatment programs. Work. All of these answers are correct.
Answer:
All of these answers are correct.
Question 47. What is the maximum fine for a second DWI offense in the state of Minnesota?
$2,500. $1,000, $3,000, $2,000.
Answer:
$3,000.
Question 48. Refusing to submit to chemical testing will result in the of a Minnesota driver's license.
Suspension, revocation, withdrawal. None of these answers are correct.
Answer:
Revocation.
Question 49. How much is the license reinstatement fee for drivers whose licenses have been revoked because of alcohol-related convictions?
$580, $480, $680, $280.
Answer:
$680.
Question 50. Which of the following will not generally result in the revocation of a Minnesota driver's license?
Running a stop sign, driving under the influence of alcohol, speeding in excess of 100 miles per hour, fleeing from police.
Answer:
Running a stop sign. Thank you for watching the video and wish you will get your driver license soon.